コミックパンダ.
This is a story from a long time ago. I made it a hobby to go to small video shops and look for rare videos. I was glancing through the titles of videos lined up when, at the bottom of the corner of the shelf, I find a video with a black cover and no title. I thought it might be interesting and decided to rent it, but the guy at the cashier, who was most likely the manager, looked at the video and for a moment froze. This is very old. Are you sure you want to rent this? I don't remember this video. Maybe I forgot to get rid of it. It seemed like he didn't want me to rent it, and I felt a little uneasy, but I thought I found a rare video and decided to just rent it anyways. I returned home, finished my dinner, and pushed the video into my video player and pressed play. What is this? It's broken. I waited for a while, but it was just static. I reached to eject the video when the screen suddenly changed. The picture was rough, like it was taken for a home video. There was no production name or movie title, but showed an ordinary residential area. Then, something strange happened. A naked man with long hair down to his shoulders was running really fast on the sidewalk. His long hair was fluttering and his mouth was half open. His bloodshot eyes were wide open and he had an axe in his hand. There is no other way to explain it, and the scene was just as bizarre. It's probably an original video by some student. I started getting annoyed that I wasted money on this. I was watching for about 30 minutes. The man kept running without speeding down, and I realized something. Yes, the man was running through my neighborhood. And the scary part was that he was running on the street that leads to my house. Hey, this is my house. This is freaky. And he was so close to my house, within a stone's throw. I kept thinking that this man coming to my house is a ridiculous story, but I was wrong. The man in the screen banged on the door at the same time. I could hear the same sound coming from the entrance. You must be kidding me, this can't be real. I started panicking at this unbelievable situation. After the man kept banging the door, he started turning the doorknob. The door is locked, so he wouldn't be able to open it. Still, persistently twisted the doorknob. I was about to lose my mind with fear. Then he swung the axe in his hand right at the door. He's going to break the door! He repeatedly swung his axe at the door and made a large hole. He then reached his hands through the hole and opened the lock. My body froze in fear, and the only thing I could do was to watch the screen while I hid in my blanket. The man entered the living room and looked around. He opens all the doors on the first floor and wanders around. He finished checking and starts heading for the entrance. Please, just leave, I prayed desperately. My prayers were unheard, and he turned towards the stairs and started climbing them one step at a time. He reached the second floor and enters an empty room closest to him. He was right next to the room I was in. His footsteps surrounded real. Then, he finally stood in front of my room. I was able to faint in fear. He put his hand on the doorknob and is slowly trying to turn it. I quickly pushed the stop button on the remote. The wind quietened down, and I no longer felt his presence in the front of the room. After a while, my fears had calmed down, and I gathered up the courage to leave the room. I went downstairs and looked at the entrance door. but it wasn't broken down and it was locked as it should be. I checked all the rooms just in case that no one was there. I went to return the video right afterwards, but the shutters were pulled down and the video store was closed. On the next day, for some reason, the store was up for rent. What if I didn't push the stop button at that moment? What would have happened to me?